Not until this morning had we seen one Titanic rendition. According to a $50 million lawsuit, Titan submarine crew members knew they would die before the ship sank. James Cameron, a deep-sea scientist and director, mentioned something unexpected about the Oceangate Titan submersible catastrophe. Cameron gave a rare public address regarding the Titan crash that killed 5 people and pointed out severe design problems that engineers had warned about. A long period before calamity, Cameron made history with his Mariana Trench dive. His thoughts are terrifying and insightful. Most people felt they knew everything about ocean research technology until he was honest about the Titan's design. Cameron has long advocated for submarine safety. He set a record diving with the Deep Sea Challenger in 2012. He understands deep-sea threats and pressure better than others. Still, he has long criticized Oceangate for skipping safety inspections, notably for the Titan's building materials and design. Cameron's statements demonstrate the Titan's engineering flaws and caution against pushing technology without understanding or respecting the ocean's brutal forces. Cameron's statements should stir up deep-sea researchers. Titan was supposed to ferry visitors to the Titanic wrecks, but it exploded. Cameron insists that the Titan's catastrophic collapse wasn't a coincidence. Major design errors, including utilizing carbon fiber for the hull and making the ship excessively spherical, caused it. Cameron and other experts believe these choices increase the submarine's risk of breaking under deep water pressure. We're still investigating the Titan's implosion, but James Cameron's silence has helped us understand it. His words forced us to face hard truths about cutting corners in high-stakes research. Cameron's statements are a somber look back and a crucial caution for deep-water research. Titan's plan. Terrible mistake. Titan was designed by Oceangate to be cheaper and easier to access than other deep-water submersibles. CEO Stockton Rush proposed a new ship that could transport tourists to the Titanic wreck for cheaper than previous submersibles. However, the Titan's design was horribly defective. Instead of following industry standards that prioritize safety and stability, Rush made dangerous decisions that contributed to the accident. The Titan's carbon fiber hull was a contentious design decision. Carbon fiber is light and robust, making it ideal for Oceangate's low-cost strategy. However, carbon fiber isn't recognized for its ability to withstand deep ocean crushing, especially at 12,500 feet, where the Titanic disaster site sits. Carbon fiber handles stress effectively but not compression. This makes it unsuitable for deep-water submersibles. James Cameron, who has explored the deep water, warned against utilizing this material for the Titan's skin at such depths. Sadly, these signs were ignored. Another major problem was the Titan's cylinder shape. Submersible hulls are usually spherical to effectively distribute deep-sea pressure. The Titan's design deviated from this method. The Titan's cylinder shape allowed pressure to build up, weakening it and making it more prone to fail. Cameron and other specialists have long criticized this design, and the Titan bomb proved their fears. Cameron's public critique highlights the Titan's poor design and raises fundamental issues about Oceangate's attitude to new concepts. Safety was not a priority when building the submarine, but cost and novelty were. Oceangate should have followed industry norms and made sure the ship could handle deep sea forces to avert the disaster. Instead, the Titan's terrible last dive shows how vital safety guidelines are for engineers, especially when lives are at risk. What Oceangate CEO Stockton Rush wants vs. Safety regulations. Rush has long supported breaching regulations for fresh ideas. Rush famously said you can't create without breaking things. Oceangate used similar concept to construct the Titan submarine. Rush sought to simplify deep-water research by making submersibles cheaper and more accessible, especially to Titanic wreck visitors. But this race to generate new ideas had terrible consequences. It ignored safety flaws that should have been corrected before the Titan's last dive. Rush's decision to skip certification was a contentious Titan design decision. To ensure safety at extreme depths, other submersibles undergo extensive testing and clearance by outside agencies. Oceangate refused this rule. The corporation stated in a deleted blog post that certification would limit innovation and hinder its ambitious aims. Instead, Rush believed Oceangate would redefine deep-water exploration by pushing design. However, this procedure was expensive. Without proper certification, the Titan was never tested to find the design defects that caused it to explode. Cameron said the Titan's disaster was caused by safety violations, not luck. Safety is paramount in perilous fields like deep-sea exploration. Rush's vision highlighted how unrestrained ambition may lead to bad consequences by breaking company standards and cutting corners to save money and time. Before its disastrous voyage, the Titan's structural deficiencies in its hull design and materials could have been detected and remedied with proper certification and testing. Stockton Rush believed the Titan was the future of deep-water exploration. He killed someone by breaking safety rules, and the firm is still reeling from it. Cameron and others want to rethink the Titan and Oceangate. The incident underscores the necessity to balance fresh ideas with safety and human exploration. What went wrong on Titan's last trip? 5 passengers went to the Titanic wreck, 12,500 feet below the water, on the Titan's last expedition, which was momentous. When the submarine lost contact with the Polar Prince, the ship on the surface, the adventure became a nightmare. The Titan was never recovered after intensive searches in the hours that followed. Over time, the truth emerged. Under deep water pressure, the submersible split apart, killing all 5 passengers. The fall occurred rapidly and badly, and the exact cause is still being investigated. The Titan's last trip was peculiar because there were no evident problems. Oceangate had tested the Titan in the deep sea, and it had survived multiple dives. As experts like Cameron have noted, the Titan has performed multiple successful dives, but that did not make it safe. The ship's poor design and diving stress made it like a time bomb waiting to explode at the worst conceivable moment. The Titan had been successful before, but its demise showed that the deep sea is harsh and that even slight design flaws can have devastating consequences. The collapse's exact sequence of events is still being investigated. The submersible's design problems have been widely discussed, but the collapse's cause is unknown. How did it happen? Did the Titan weaken suddenly or slowly? Experts blame the disaster on the submersible's unproven design, particularly its cylinder shape and carbon fiber utilization. However, much remains unknown. Investigators are trying to uncover the truth. For now, the Titan's sinking reminds us how risky deep water exploration is. New ideas are vital to growth, but they must never compromise safety. Unfortunately, the Titan's loss shows how engineering shortcuts can lead to disaster. Everyone is still waiting for solutions, but the Titan will be remembered for its lessons. We hope that future deep-sea operations will be safe and careful. Before the Titan's catastrophic last dive, engineers and other specialists sent many warnings of submersible design concerns. Many of these engineers had years of deep-sea technical experience. They knew carbon fiber and cylinder Titans were risky. They repeatedly warned Oceangate about Titan issues, but they were ignored. Under Stockton Rush, the corporation was committed to build a cheaper, more creative submarine. They refused life-saving measures. James Cameron and others had expressed concerns, particularly given the submersible's safety record. Cameron was considered an expert after diving into the Mariana Trench and Titanic disaster, but no one listened to his worries. Experts who understand deep-sea vehicle pressures criticized the Titan's odd hull design. Oceangate's philosophy of lowering costs and expediting innovation led to poor engineering methods, which put the submersible at risk of catastrophic failure. What if these threats were taken seriously? The Titan may not have crashed. The Titan's refusal to obey rules or acquire third-party certifications contributed to its demise. Without impartial testing, the ship's unproven materials and unconventional design's hazards cannot be properly recognized or reduced, according to some experts. Oceangate wanted to pioneer deep water exploration, which led to hazardous effects no one could have predicted. The corporation proceeded despite knowing the components were harmful, notably the carbon fiber titanium blend. Sadly, this choice cost lives, and what we learn from this may impact future deep underwater exploration. In retrospect, the Titan accident was hardly isolated. Instead, it was caused by arrogance, lack of monitoring, and a failure to recognize deep-sea technology safety. Investigators are still searching for answers, but this tragedy will permanently impact how we develop and test submersibles, especially deep-sea ones. Stockton Rush's actions and observations. Oceangate CEO Stockton Rush helped make Titans and has huge hopes for the submersible. He intended to make submarine expeditions more affordable so more people could explore the deep oceans. Rush thought the Titan was a novel approach to send eager scholars to the Titanic ruins for less money than existing submersibles. There were major issues with this idea. Rush and his team made huge blunders with materials and safety laws when trying to build and operate a cheaper submarine. Rush chose not to certify the Titan's design because he believed breaking the laws was the greatest way to generate new ideas. Terrible situations. He thought traditional safety certificates were too complicated and hampered innovation. Oceangate didn't use decades of submersible experience. They concentrated on a design that could accommodate more people and produce more money. Saving money above safety seems like a fatal mistake now. If Rush had accepted outside engineering help or obeyed safety guidelines, the Titan may have survived deep water pressures. Rush maintained that Titan was the next big thing in undersea exploration in interviews and public comments. He prioritized business change over safety since he didn't listen to experts. Rush led with a vision as CEO. Sadly, it was an ideal that ignored how difficult deep water exploration is. Overall, the Titanic catastrophe shows how dangerous it is to be too ambitious, especially in domains that involve people's lives. Rush's tragic death on the Titan's last dive doesn't make up for the blunder that caused it. Stockton Rush's idea to cut deep-sea exploration costs was good, but his disregard for safety has tarnished the company. Submersible design may become more regulated after this event. This will protect future explorers from the same threats that sank the Titan. In the end, the loss is horrible. The Titan dies. Deep water researchers are surprised by the submersible and crew. After the catastrophe, many debate how to combine fresh ideas with safety, and what should come first for those in severe conditions. The Titan crash killed Stockton Rush, Hamish Harding, and 3 others. Their deaths and the events that followed changed the globe, not simply because of the victims. Since then, melancholy and thought have abounded. Families and friends are still mourning the victims, and the cause of the implosion is being investigated. Deep-sea workers have long appreciated technology developments that allow them to explore the unknown. However, pushing these limitations too fast has consequences. Experts are examining everything from the Titan's materials to its lack of independent testing. They want to determine what happened and prevent future accidents. Many think about the Titanic catastrophe beyond the deaths. Someone isn't responsible. Oceangate had grand intentions to change the world, but it ignored warnings and put its people at risk. The experience wakes up the firm to the dangers of cutting corners for innovation. Submersible restrictions will tighten in the coming years to prioritize safety and testing. Even if this is a sad tragedy, people may learn from it and remember the Titan crew's experiences. As the inquiry continues and people worldwide grieve, they want to prevent another loss. We'll work hard, but the Titan accident may make deep-sea exploration safer and more accountable. What's next for deep-sea research? The Titan catastrophe has certainly sparked debate regarding deep-sea research. But it has also started a much-needed discussion about safety rules and technical breakthroughs for high-risk flights. Deep water researchers want stronger restrictions and increased control of submersible designs after this tragedy. The Titanic's collapse showed that even the most innovative concepts must be tested and meet the strictest safety standards before usage. Submersibles may change after the Titan sank. Despite the importance of fresh ideas for pushing the limits, the exploration industry prioritizes safety. Traditional materials like titanium and spherical hulls may be employed increasingly. Since deep ocean pressures are high, engineers are returning to proven designs. Submersibles will also undergo harsher, more independent examinations to ensure their structures remain sturdy at deep depths. He previously asked for a re-evaluation of the Titanic's design. His deep-sea expeditions created records and taught us about the ocean. Cameron supports deep-water exploration, but he believes fresh ideas should be balanced with respect for the ocean's harshness. He learned that submersible work requires meticulousness from his personal experience. From materials to testing methods, deep-sea research will change after the Titan accident. The industry must learn from this horrific accident to make future missions safer. We can only hope that the Titan victims will inspire a new era of duty and care as people explore for underwater mysteries. Oceangate wasted a lot of money due to planning errors and dangerous decisions. One that harshly emphasizes the need to be cautious and try everything when extreme exploring. What do you think of this tragedy? Please like, share, and follow for more videos like these. Stay tuned for our next in-depth look at history's most stunning incidents.